March 8, 2014, began like any other for Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, a Boeing 777 carrying 239 passengers and crew. It took off from Kuala Lumpur at 12:41 a.m. bound for Beijing. What should have been a 6-hour routine flight across the South China Sea soon turned into one of aviation's greatest mysteries. Flight MH370 vanished without a trace. No distress signals, no emergency beacons, just the final words from the cockpit, "Good night, Malaysian 370. Then, it disappeared from radar. Nearly a decade later, the fate of Flight MH370 still baffles investigators and conspiracy theorists. How could a modern airliner equipped with advanced technology simply vanish? Was it a tragic accident or something darker? In this video, we explore the theories, clues, and secrets behind this enduring aviation mystery. Could it have been a mishap, or is there more to the disappearance than we realize? Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Unreal Archives and hit the like button to stay updated on the world's most mysterious disappearances and unexplained events. We'll take you step by step through this bizarre case, so buckle up for a deep dive into the unknown. Flight MH370's journey began like any other, but the first 38 minutes in the air were far from ordinary. The plane climbed to its cruising altitude of 35,000 feet with no signs of trouble. Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah and First Officer Fariq Abdul Hamid communicated with air traffic control, confirming that all systems were functioning normally. For all intents and purposes, this was just another routine flight, one of thousands that take place every day. Passengers settled in, the crew continued their tasks, and everything appeared to be fine. But then, at 1:19 a.m., as the aircraft approached Vietnamese airspace, Captain Zahari's final transmission echoed through the radio. "Good night, Malaysian 370. That was the last confirmed communication from the cockpit, and within 2 minutes, all contact with the plane was lost. At 1:21 a.m., MH370's transponder, which is responsible for transmitting critical data to air traffic control, was manually switched off. It was as if the plane had vanished into thin air. Civilian radar lost track of the aircraft, but military radar picked up something far more alarming. The plane made an unexpected left turn, altering its course from Beijing to head back toward Malaysia. Instead of continuing its flight path to China, it veered westward, crossing the Malay Peninsula and heading into the vast, remote expanse of the Indian Ocean. The shift in course raised immediate questions. Why would a plane change its route so drastically? And more chilling still, who was in control of the plane at that moment? Could this have been a case of hijacking, or was there another force at play? The disappearance of MH370 sparked an unprecedented search operation, one that became the largest and most extensive in aviation history. Governments, military forces, and independent experts all mobilized to scour vast expanses of ocean, hoping to uncover the missing plane's final location. Initial efforts were focused on the South China Sea, with hopes that the plane had crashed shortly after losing contact. However, when satellite data came to light, the search zone shifted toward the remote southern Indian Ocean, a vast and largely uncharted area. The search involved cutting-edge sonar technology, deep-sea drones, and satellite imaging, covering more than 120,000 square kilometers of ocean. For months, search teams combed through the water, hoping to locate even the smallest piece of wreckage. But despite their exhaustive efforts, the plane remained elusive. It was as though Flight MH370 had simply vanished off the face of the earth, leaving the families of those on board in agony, holding on to a shred of hope that they would one day have answers. Yet, no answers came. Then, in July 2015, nearly 16 months after the disappearance, a breakthrough emerged. A piece of debris, a flaperon, washed up on Réunion Island in the Indian Ocean. The flaperon was later confirmed to be part of the wing of MH370. This find, though distant from the original search area, provided the first tangible evidence that the plane had indeed crashed somewhere in the Indian Ocean. Over the next several years, more pieces of wreckage were discovered along the coastlines of Madagascar, Mozambique, and South Africa. But the main wreckage and the all-important black box flight recorders remained out of reach. Despite these discoveries, the mystery remained unsolved, and the question of what happened to Flight MH370 continued to haunt the world. As investigators scrambled to find answers, a flood of theories emerged, each offering its own explanation for the plane's disappearance. Among the most widely debated possibilities were the following. One of the most controversial theories surrounding MH370 is that Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah deliberately crashed the plane in a mass murder-suicide. This theory suggests that Zaharia, perhaps in a moment of personal crisis, intentionally depressurized the cabin, causing the passengers and crew to lose consciousness before guiding the plane into the Indian Ocean. Investigators discovered that Zaharia had used a home flight simulator to practice a route that closely mirrored the final path of MH370. Proponents of this theory argue that the deliberate disabling of communication systems and the plane's unusual flight pattern point to an inside job. However, Zaharia's family and colleagues have consistently denied these allegations, describing him as a devoted professional with no known motive for such an act. Another possible explanation suggests that Flight MH370 suffered a catastrophic mechanical failure, such as an electrical malfunction, fire, or cabin depressurization. This failure could have incapacitated the crew, leaving the plane to fly on autopilot until it eventually ran out of fuel and crashed. While this theory offers a plausible explanation for the loss of communication, it raises more questions. Why would the pilots not issue a distress signal? And why did the plane change course so deliberately? Some have speculated that MH370 was hijacked, either by terrorists or by a rogue passenger. This theory gained traction after it was revealed that 2 Iranian passengers aboard the flight were traveling with stolen passports. However, investigations found no connections between these individuals and any terrorist organizations, and no claims of responsibility for the hijacking have ever surfaced. Others suggest that the cockpit may have been forcibly seized, forcing the pilots to change course, but there is little concrete evidence to support this theory. Perhaps one of the most controversial theories is that MH370 was accidentally shot down by a military force, either Malaysian or foreign, and the incident was subsequently covered up. Some suggest that the plane may have been mistaken for a hostile aircraft during a military operation and was destroyed to prevent a greater threat. Others propose that the plane was intercepted because it was carrying sensitive or classified cargo. If this were the case, why hasn't a whistleblower come forward to expose the truth? Although it may sound far-fetched, some believe that the disappearance of MH370 was caused by extraterrestrial intervention or an unknown paranormal force. UFO enthusiasts speculate that the plane was either abducted by aliens or pulled out of existence by a cosmic entity. While this theory has no scientific basis, it remains one of the more unusual explanations for the disappearance. The mystery of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 remains unsolved to this day. In 2017, the official search was called off, leaving the families of the victims without closure. A second search conducted by Ocean Infinity in 2018 also failed to locate the wreckage. Despite ongoing research and new theories continuing to emerge, the truth remains elusive, locked away somewhere deep in the Indian Ocean. For the families of the 239 passengers and crew, the pain continues. The questions remain unanswered, and the ocean might still hold the key. Until new evidence is uncovered, the mystery of Flight MH370 will haunt us, standing as one of the greatest unsolved cases in aviation history. What do you think happened to Malaysia Airlines Flight 370? Was it a tragic accident, a deliberate act, or something even more mysterious? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this exploration of MH370 intriguing, don't forget to like, subscribe to Unreal Archives, and turn on notifications. Stay tuned for more deep dives into the world's most strange and unsolved cases. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.